So I know that just from the title of this video and just from what I'm about to say in this video, I know I'm probably going to catch some heat, which is fine. I don't mind catching heat from time to time. But I have to say what I have to say. And, you know, I'm the type that I'm not going to change my opinion or what I believe based on what other people might think about my opinion. I just want to say what I want to say. And what Aljamain Sterling did this fight was impressive, to say the least. This was impressive, and he showed to me, and I know people are gonna get mad, that he deserves to be champion. Absolutely he did. I know just by me saying that people are gonna get mad, but let's just take emotion out of this for a second, and let's just think about this as humans and understand what he did in this fight, okay? And the lead up to this fight. Now, before I get into this, I thought Aljo was gonna lose this fight, and I had Petr winning the fight, right? I thought Petr won on Saturday night, okay? Before the fight, I was like, yo, Aljo's not going to win this, as I can show you right here. Luckily, everything's documented on the internet. Here's a video by me. Aljamain Sterling is in trouble. Because I did not think he was going to win the fight, all right? Point blank period. I did not think he was going to win. I didn't. And I thought he lost on Saturday. I thought that Yan won. But it was an extremely close fight. I've seen everything people have to say. I saw people saying robbery. I saw people saying that Aljo is still a paper champ. 2 out of 22 takedowns, where the stat was. I saw people saying that all he did was control the back. I've seen everything under the sun. So people are probably like, hey, Moose, so you think that Yan won? Yes. And you think, and you've seen all the other comments people say, but why are you saying that this was so impressive by Aljamain? Because when I look at fights, I don't only look at what they did in the octagon. I look at, especially for rematches, I look at the previous fight, and I like to look at everything leading up to the fight. Okay? What do we know happened leading up to this fight? The first fight, we all saw that. Aljo was clearly losing that fight. He didn't really mount any sort of offense. I disagreed with the commentators when they were talking about how he was pushing it forward and this and that. Most of those strikes weren't doing much. We saw where the fight was going. Yan was clearly winning. And then Yan DQ'd him, and Aljo rightfully won because what Yan did was illegal. It was within the rules. What Aljo did and what Yan did was not within the rules. What happened after that? He trolled the public, and I understand why some people got mad. I understand. It did not bother me, but I understand, especially if you're a fan of Yan, why it would bother you. And maybe in general you don't like when people do that. Okay, sure. Did not bother me. So for 13 months, 12 months, whatever it was. Yeah, no, 13 months because it was last March, I believe. Yeah, it was last March. At the Apex, I believe. What happened? He got ridiculed online. Every one of his posts, not only his posts, but other people's posts who were talking about Aljo were leaving like those clown emojis. Talking about how he was a paper champ. Talking about how he has no chance. He's not real. He's fake. He's this. He's that. He's not that great of a fighter. People said everything they said about him. He's scared of Yan, this and that. What happened after that? They were supposed to fight sometime last fall. Aljo pulled out due to injury and he had to get surgery. And it got even worse. The online trolling and the pressure. People went even harder, saying he was scared. He pulled out because he knows he's going to lose in his belt. He wants to hold on to his belt for as long as he can. People were saying everything. I saw everything. You saw everything that people were saying. What happened after that? The fight eventually got booked, and what happened leading into the fight? You saw the comments. Everybody's seen the comments. People were saying any type of post about Aljo, any type of video about Aljo, any type of content about Aljo. People say, oh yeah, very cool. Yan by KO. Oh yeah, Aljo's looking great. This is the best shape he's ever looking in. Oh yeah, by the way, Yan by decision. Everybody was saying that, right? And some of them I did find them funny, but eventually after some point it kind of got old. Let's be real. That was happening too. Everybody was doubting him. He had all the pressure against him. He had a surgery leading up to the fight, disc infusion, I believe, for his neck. Leading up to the fight, he was saying how he didn't know if he was ever going to get back. On weigh-ins, people made fun of him for this. He was crying because, in my opinion, what I saw was a guy who didn't know he was coming back, got into the best shape of his life and made weight. Probably very, very hard after all the pressure and the surgery. And he got made fun of for that. He goes into the octagon against a killer like Yan. adjusts his game plan, fights a more patient fight. Whenever he created the scramble and got the takedowns, wrapped up on Yan's back like crazy. It's very similar to how Ortega just snatches you up like that, just grabs you in something. Now Ortega does it with submissions, but what I'm trying to say is, as soon as they grab you, they're wrapping up. Like they're gonna wrap up their legs, they're gonna try to wrap up their arms, whatever. He wrapped up around him, and he had 2 rounds like that. Done. In the bag, 2 rounds in. Very, very clear. Yan wins the last 2. It's all up to the round number 1. Very, very close. And what does he do? He wins. He wins the fight. He wins the fight. After everything I just laid out, he wins. Now, a lot of people are going to say a lot of things like, oh, this fight was this and that, and it was robbery, and it was, Aljo stalled the fight in the round number 2 and 3, and he didn't do much. You can say whatever you want, but what he did in round 2 and 3 was impressive. How often do you see Yan's back get taken like that? He could not do that in the first fight, not even close, and he did that. Right? He couldn't even do that in the first fight, and he did that. And even on the feet, Yan wasn't able to get his way like he used to, like he was. Yan wasn't able to get those constant trips like he was. It was a different fight. It was close. And again, everything I just said leading up to it, that story I illustrated, of everything you had to lead up to it, that is why it's impressive. Right? I like to look at everything leading up to a fight as well, because again, remember what I said, you have to look at this as a human being. Only a few percentage points of human on earth could do what Aljo did. Only a few percentage of fighters can fight in general, or of people on earth can fight in general at the highest level. Right? And what Aljo did to come back from everything I just set up leading into it, that 3-minute ramble I had about him leading up to the fight, and all the pressure, all the trolling, the surgery, the fight being delayed, the first fight the way it was going, getting DQ'd like that, and doing this, even a smaller percentage can do that. 1%, 2%, maybe less than 1% of people on earth can do something like that. And for people to go out there now and still make fun of him, which, I see the people still making fun of him. I understand, look, it was a close fight. I had Yan winning, so I understand why some people are mad, but it was a close fight. I can see some people's arguments as to how Aljo won round 1. I can understand that. I really can. And, I understand the frustration, people, but look at this. In the scramble, gets on top, wraps it up, and he's in control here, in a dominant position. That is not easy to do, guys, at this high of a level. And when you're in a championship fight, every tiny detail can make a difference. Like, do you remember when Colby and Jorge fought, and in the first round, like, Jorge kind of like said, like, oh, I got eye poked, and then Colby got him against the cage, and then he got taken down? That tiny detail of Jorge, getting poked. I can't remember whether he got poked or not. I think he did, but I can't remember. But I'm just saying, that little detail, he got poked, he got taken to the cage, and he got taken down, and that set up everything after that. That was the beginning of the end right there. A tiny thing that happens like that can change the outcome of a fight. And that's what he did. He changed the outcome. He changed the details, what he did. He killed time where he needed to. Sorry, guys, it was just impressive. And then here we have Yan there, got him there, bam, bam, takes his back, and then he was in control. So I understand if you are upset about this, and I don't know what comments are saying these days. What does it say? Yan won this, and he didn't even have his corner with him, and he had to listen to a translator that would probably mix his words up. I mean, that is just called cope. That is just called coping. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. Sterling took this one, and they said Yan was the most perfect fighter. Yan is very well-rounded. He's extremely well-rounded. What you say will be wise with your words, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why people are mad. Aljo 105. At 223, there's 90 strikes only. Do they count as signature strikes? Yan won that fight easy. The most unqualified champion is Sterling. He speaks like a fighter. I don't even know what that means. After watching this more than 3 times, I don't agree. Peter won. Again, I had Yan 1, 4, and 5 as well. I did. I really, really did. Let's see what else are people saying these days. Is there any other video of Aljo stuff? Yeah, so here's his post fight. What are people saying? Let's see. Yep. I agree with this. Major respect. After all the hate drama, yep, takes a lot to come back with this. 100% agree. Facts. Facts. After all the comedy, yep, facts, yep. Now these are going to be this. And then Piotr is right here. That is true. He did fight a little bit more emotional too, yeah. Yep. Yep. All jokes aside, this is the first time we see someone win 2 title fights without hurting his opponent. That is true as well, but hey, in a game of inches where you have to win rounds, and that's how it is. So again, I understand people are disappointed. In my opinion, this was an impressive performance by Aljo. I would give this like a B plus at the very least, like a B plus. Like he didn't do, you know, a crazy amount, but just considering everything he had to go through for the fight, dude, that is very impressive for me. Again, I understand that you're like, I know people are probably thinking, like, how the hell could you give Aljo a B plus when you think that Yan won the fight? I just explained to you everything beforehand, everything leading up to this, and why it was so impressive. You have to really put yourself in that shoe and just think how hard that. Just think in your daily life, like when you're doing something and your routine gets messed up or something gets messed up, how hard it is to come back from that. And just think how Aljo did that, like getting a surgery and a delay in a fight, all the hate, all the drama, and some of it he invited to himself. But still, that is like really hard, people, really hard. I'm impressed. If you're not impressed and you're upset with what I had to say, that's fine. We can disagree. Again, I thought Yan won the fight, but you know, whatever. If again, close fight. If you think Aljo won, I got no arguments because that first round was very, very close, and it's literally like you could just debate all day about this. So that's my thoughts on this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like if you liked it, and subscribe for more content similar to this. Catch you later. Peace. Hopefully you didn't get too mad at this video.